Hello and welcome to HT's weekly talk show and its ongoing series, Reaching Out with HT, wherein we bring you interesting people and their stories. Her husband loves big cars, but she spends time taking care of cows. He has little interest in politics, while she is politically ambitious. She is a BJP loyalist, but is married into a family that founded the Samajwadi Party. Meet Aparna Yadav, Mulayam Singh Yadav's other daughter in law, who talks to us about the Gyanvapi mosque, her childhood, music, and the role of women in a male dominated society. Aparna Yadav in Reaching Out with HT in this edition of our weekly talk show, The Interview. Welcome to the show, Aparna, and thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Take me through your childhood. Daughter of a journalist and married into a political family, and that too Mulayam Singh Yadav's, as it were.
I am very blessed that I had a perspective of seeing also from my father's view. When I used to walk down to my school, I studied from Loreto. And when I used to walk to my school, all these parties, these upcoming parties, these regional parties, जिसका हिस्सा मैं भी थी, समाजवादी पार्टी हो गई जो मेरे फादर इन लॉ ने बनाई है और बसपा बहुजन समाज पार्टी, ये सारी पार्टीज जो हैं उस समय धरना प्रदर्शन बहुत करते थे जब मैं पढ़ाई करती थी तो आई यूज्ड टू बी वेरी क्यूरियस एंड आई यूज्ड टू कीप आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम माय फादर एज एवरी चाइल्ड डज कि ये लोग धरना क्यों दे रहे हैं, ये लोग ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं.
So, would you say that that is when the seed of politics was sown in you or in your mind?
The seed of knowing more was sown into me. The seed of politics was sown, I think, after marriage.
You have done your master's from Manchester University. What career did you want to pursue? And like your father, did you want to be a journalist?
When I was very small, say I think in class 7th or 8th, I really wanted to become somebody who reads news on the television. But that changed to 9th, 10th onwards, फिर मेरे को history में बहुत ज़्यादा interest हो गया.
Meeting Pratik, who you later married, and those coffee sessions in a cafe in Lucknow. Take me through those times.
During those coffee sessions, those evening coffee sessions, I used to get my workbooks of English and mathematics and used to solve some problems and play chess. Me and Pratik are very fond of playing chess. So we both used to play chess in Barista, and I used to solve a lot of my English and my mathematics, problems. This was our favorite pastime in the evening of like 40 minutes.
And that became the talk of the town, and your affair, if I may use the term, got found out.
People used to initially think कि भाई बहन है ये दोनों.
You spoke about chess. किसने किसको checkmate किया? Between the two, who checkmated whom?
I think Pratik checkmated.
उन्होंने checkmate किया कि propose किया?
बहुत बाद में. When he was going to Leeds तब. Before going to Leeds, he was very much concerned about me. मतलब at that time, I think he realized कि शायद नहीं, I really want to settle down with this girl.
So the proposal was in Barista?
No, the proposal was in a huge field where we used to play. It was a huge, huge park. Yeah.
Your husband loves big cars and you love cows. How does this work? Cars and cows.
He loves big cars and मुझे लगता है गाड़ी ज़रूरत के लिए होनी चाहिए कि जहाँ भी आपको पहुँचना हो आपके गंतव्य तक आपको सुरक्षित पहुँचा दे. बड़ी है तो ठीक है, छोटी भी है तो भी ठीक है, मतलब चलने के लिए होनी चाहिए. I'm not very fond of that, मतलब very big, very lavish cars. So I think it's the backgrounds which we come from. That's the major distinct perception.
Pratik is a fitness freak who has very little to do with politics, but you are deep into politics. How does that work?
I think one of us is in politics, one of us is taking care of the business and everything. So I think that's very important. Or to strike a balance, I think we both look up to our common interests. which is taking care of the kids and taking care of the family.
What are the challenges of being married into a political household?
When you are in a political this thing, your appearance, your dress sense, your way of talking, your way of dealing, whether it be the guards, whether it be the servants of the house, whether it be the relatives of the family. So I think it's a lot of pressure initially, but when you get into the system, I think any sensible Indian girl would handle it with care. In-laws को handle with care.
But being Mulayam Singh Yadav's daughter in law, it brings a certain special set of responsibilities. So, what does it give and what did it take away from you?
Um, I think a lot on my personal freedom, where I want to go, where I don't want to go. Um, it does take up a lot of on freedom. When I talk about Netaji, he being one of the people who has ruled the roost for several years. So with that kind of level, a lot of people develop this kind of you can say inferiority complex, or they want to harm the family, or they want to just create an ambience where there is fear. So I think not everywhere is the place where I personally feel I can go, and that's I think unsaid, but it is there. I just wanted to say this to you because I think it's a very candid interview, and I want to be as candid as possible in this one.
What are the plus points?
Definitely people who know you and who kind of respect the family, you also develop lot of respect. तो ये रहता है, बट इसके प्रॉस एंड कॉन्स दोनों होते हैं. मतलब हर जगह आपको हर तरीके के लोग मिलेंगे. देयर आर गुड पीपल आल्सो, देयर आर बैड पीपल आल्सो.
So,
जी.
have you got more bouquets than brickbats?
समटाइम्स आई थिंक आई थिंक व्हेन फीमेल के लिए मुझे लगता है कि nobody sees her struggles and nobody cares for whatever pains she goes through during the process, क्योंकि फैमिली को लेकर के चलना पड़ता है, फैमिली के आप विरुद्ध नहीं कर सकते. और हमारा देश भी ऐसा है कि आप जो है बहुत चीजें चाह करके भी मतलब आप मतलब नहीं कर पाते हैं. फीमेल की कोई स्ट्रगल नहीं देखता, उसको जब वो ब्लॉसम हो जाती है, जब वो एक पद पर पहुंच जाती है, तब उसको देखते हैं, तो तभी उसकी जयकार होती है. आई थिंक दैट्स स्टिल इन वेटिंग फॉर मी.
Let me take you a little away from the family. What is your take on the shivling found in the Gyanvapi mosque? Muslims say it is a fountainhead, and Hindus say Baba mil gaye. Where do you see this going?
अगर वहां पे शिवलिंग मिला है, सो डेफिनेटली दैट इज द सैंक्टम सैंक्टोरम ऑफ लॉर्ड शिवा. एंड इट्स नॉट दैट बिकॉज आई एम अ हिंदू इसीलिए मैं बोल रही हूँ. भाई इट्स अ जो चीज वहां तथ्य के रूप में मिल गई है, उसको आप झुटला नहीं सकते. इसका मतलब है कि फिर वहां पर शिव जी का मंदिर रहा होगा किसी समय.
So, where do you see this going? Another Ayodhya?
अनदर अयोध्या की तो बात ही नहीं है इसमें. और मुझे लगता है कि काशी में जो है, मैं तो कहती हूँ ये बार बार बात कि भाई हर कंकड़ में शंकर है. ऐसी शिव की नगरी है वो कि वहां पे हर जगह ही शिव का वास है, जो हमारे संस्कृति से है, और वो वहां मिल गया है तो वहां पे बनना चाहिए.
Your party is the BJP, and you are
जी.
married into a family which is Samajwadi. Now, how does this work? And how do you balance these two contradictions?
Samajwadi Party, I left on the 19th of January, and I made it very, very clear that I am joining the Bharatiya Janata Party for the Rashtravad, for the nationalism, for my country's Prime Minister, whom I respect so much, for his vision. तो मैं बहुत ही ज़्यादा क्लियर हूँ अपने पर्सपेक्टिव में. आई हैव नॉट लेफ्ट माई फैमिली. I am going spearheadedly with nationalism, and I want to do something for my country, for something for my generation, so that they can be proud of me.
I know you had told me I will not answer political questions, but I will still attempt to ask one. Do you think the Samajwadi Party is not a nationalist party?
See, I would say that Samajwadi Party could be a socialist party, but I think it's deviating from its main motto. And that's the reason lots and lots of people have left the party. So ओनली सिर्फ मैं अपर्णा यादव के बोलने से ही नहीं, ये बड़ा एविडेंट फैक्ट है जो अब दिखाई दे रहा है सबको. And lot of senior leaders have left the party because of this. Because even if there is socialism, there has to be true socialism. You cannot just say that it is a socialist party. You cannot, I cannot say that I am a socialist, and then I cannot be, in my policy, फिर मैं कुछ और हूँ. ऐसा नहीं कर सकते ना. दो मतलब you can't be like two-faced.
Your father-in-law, does he see your point of view and what you are saying about the Samajwadi Party? Have you spoken to him about that?
Yes, of course, I have spoken about him. There was a very long discussion days before whatever happened, because it happened in a very gradual way, but also very sudden, because I didn't know at that point of time that I am going to join the party, uh, the Bharatiya Janata Party, my party. But my father-in-law said that if you feel happy where you want to be, and if this is the party you want to take up, then it's your call. He said to me कि देखो, एक पिता का काम होता है कि वो सही राह दिखाए. वो ये काम नहीं कर सकते कि मतलब हर चीज पे आप अपनी अंकुश लगा दें.
Would it then be right for me to conclude that you have Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav's blessings?
Yes, of course.
How is your relationship with the other women in the family, your sister-in-law, Dimple, for instance?
See, we used to earlier go for a lot of films. We used to go for a lot of other things also. But this was the time when we used to all stay together in one house. Now we only meet in functions, because उनके भी बच्चे जो है बाहर पढ़ने चले गए हैं. So कि she keeps on shuffling from India to abroad. And फिर जो है काफी समय भी हो गया है, अलग अलग रह रहे हैं सब लोग. काफी फ्यूड भी हो गया था फैमिली में. So it was her call only.
When you say her call, what does that mean? Her call to break ties?
No, no, not her call to break ties. See, break ties तो break हुए जो लड़ाई हुई, सभी ने देखा वो.
You run an NGO and women's safety is a major concern for you. Tell me about how this started and why.
निर्भया का जब केस हुआ था 2012 में, उसके बाद जब रेप लॉ की जगह ये एंटी रेप लॉ 2012 आया, जिसे क्रिमिनल अमेंडमेंट लॉ कहा गया, उसके प्रोपोगेशन के लिए, उसको बच्चों को बताने के लिए, इनकरेज करने के लिए, आई हेल्ड मैसिव सेमिनार्स इन 25 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स इन उत्तर प्रदेश. एंड उस बीच में मैंने बहुत काम किया, चाहे वो रेप विक्टिम्स के लिए हो. इनफैक्ट इवन फॉर निर्भयाज दिस थिंग, जब जुवेनाइल जस्टिस पे जब हम लोगों ने बात करी थी, तो आई सेड दैट दोज गाइज आर नॉट जुवेनाइल्स जो इतना हीनियस क्राइम कर सकते हैं. और बहुत बड़ा प्रोटेस्ट भी किया था, विच इज नोन एज द ब्लैक डे. फिर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बना, सारे लोग जुड़े उससे.
What role of women do you see in Indian politics, particularly in Uttar Pradesh, which is a male dominated society?
See, I think first of all, every party should be propagating more females in politics, and it should not be only that जैसे होता है ना कि किसी वर्चस्व वाले व्यक्ति की पत्नी या वर्चस्व वाले व्यक्ति की बेटी ही लड़े चुनाव. सबको मौका देना चाहिए. विमेन के लिए पोस्ट भी बननी चाहिए, क्योंकि ज्यादा महिलाएं जब सदन में रहेंगी तो ज्यादा अच्छे तरीके से बात रखी जाएगी उनकी.
What are your political aspirations? And please don't say Samaj Seva.
Oh my God. My political aspirations are actually कि ऐसी जगह पे रहूं जहाँ पे सबकी सेवा तो कर ही सकूं मैं. बिकॉज जब तक मैं स्वयं सबल नहीं होंगी, मैं किसी व्यक्ति की मदद नहीं कर पाऊंगी. तो मुझे लगता है कि ये काम बहुत जरूरी है कि मैं अपने व्यक्तित्व को, अपने आप को सबल रखूं, जिससे कि मैं औरों की मदद कर सकूं. और डेफिनेटली आपने कहा, बट मैं बोलूंगी जरूर, मैं समाज सेवा कर सकूं, क्योंकि ये मेरा फोर्टे रहा है. ये मेरा जो है एक, मुझे लगता है कि ये जन सेवा करना मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. रियली लाइक स्पेंडिंग टाइम विद ओल्ड पीपल, या फिर जैसे हैंडीकैप्स होते हैं उनके साथ. मुझे मतलब पसंद आता है मुझे उनकी सेवा करना.
आपने रंगोली सीखी, यू आर वेरी गुड एट रंगोली, एंड यू आर ट्रेन्ड इन क्लासिकल म्यूजिक. टेल मी अबाउट बोथ.
सी क्लासिकल म्यूजिक मेरी माता जी की वजह से, माय मदर, शी यूज्ड टू बी कि भाई तुम गाना गाया करो, एंड ये मतलब एक बड़ा ट्रेंड रहा हमारे घर में कि नहीं, मतलब बच्ची को हमें म्यूजिक बहुत सिखाना है। तो माय मदर यूज्ड टू जस्ट कीप, मतलब कहते हैं ना कि बहुत परेशान करती थी मेरी मम्मी कि नहीं, तुम्हें म्यूजिक सीखनी है, सीखनी है, सीखनी है, एंड यू हैव टू गो टू अ म्यूजिक स्कूल. इट वाज लाइक माय मदर्स Hitler Shahi at that time. And lucky me, I got trained and I got admission in second year directly. Because मेरे जो गुरु जी हैं श्री रामेश्वर प्रसाद मिश्रा जी, और अभी भी उनको स्टेट से अवार्ड मिला है, तो उन्होंने कहा कि ये बच्ची तो बहुत अच्छा गाती है, इसके सुर तो बहुत अच्छा है, इसकी कंठमाला बहुत सुंदर है, तो आप इसको सेकेंड ईयर में डायरेक्टली भेजिए क्योंकि इसके सुर बहुत पक्के हैं.
What about Rangoli?
Rangoli was that every Diwali, my mother used to ask me to help her in Rangoli. And at that time, when I was small, I used to start making houses and sun and a gamla and some female standing outside the house. So she used to give me two slaps on my head and she used to say, sit down with me and start learning properly. Otherwise, you will be a buffoon.
Aparna Yadav, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. And thank you for taking all the questions, though it was your condition that there will be no politics discussed, something which I had promised. But you very sportingly answered everything that I asked.
Thank you so much, Kumkumji. I'm so blessed that you took my interview.